With 7,000 miles of coastline, over 500,000 lakes, and 4,500 rivers, Quebec isn't just Canada's largest province, it's one of the top paddling destinations in the world. Whitewater paddlers can choose to challenge their skills on the countless rain and snow-fed creeks, or on the huge volume rivers that flow into the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Flatwater paddlers must decide whether to hit one of the province's serene interior lakes or to get their paddles wet along one of its beautiful and exposed coastlines. Wild rivers, wilderness lakes, and thousands of miles of spectacular coastline. This week, we're paddling Quebec. Although Quebec is littered with lakes, rivers, and small creeks, it also hosts one of the largest riverways in North America, the St. Lawrence River. The St. Lawrence carries and dumps a huge volume of fresh water into the Gulf of St. Lawrence. The result is an incredibly abundant feeding ground for marine life, which is why it's one of the best places in the world to see whales. Although most whale watchers hop aboard motorized boats in the small and beautiful tourist town of Tadoussac, more and more people are making the 20-minute drive north to Mer-et-Monts eco-tours in Les Bergerons for a more intimate whale watching experience.
My name is Mathieu. So I worked here for Mer-et-Monts since like more than 10 years. Yeah, the first owner was Alain Dumais, a great guy. But 10 years ago, really bad story. Alain died on the road. So my father-in-law, it was not my father-in-law at this period, but about the company, I tried to keep like the same way, like protection, interpretation, and like security on the water with sea kayak. And I fall in love with his daughter, so it's my wife now. And my wife and me, since this moment, since 10 years, we just try to growing up Mer-et-Monts in the good way, like pure nature, wildlife, sea kayaking.
The variety of whales they have here, all in one spot, all close to shore, and they come to you. You don't have to go to them. That's what's so unique about this, about Mer-et-Monts, is it's like they're parked on the side of a busy whale highway. And you just have to get out of your car, pull up a kayak along shore, and just sit there, and they're gonna come to you. Oh, it's a humpback for sure. You see the tail?
So why we have so many whales inside a land like that, you can see a kind of channel here. It's pretty deep, like 300 meters, almost 500 meters. From the shore, we have 300 meters of water. It's kind of big, huge cliff here. So we have a really cold water and salty water in the bottom. And the cold water remote a lot of food for whales.
Having just finished a 6-hour drive from Montreal, we're excited to gear up and head out on the water, hoping some of the huge creatures will make their appearance and make our day.
Show me where the escape begins.
the unique thing here, the whales are really close to the shore. Like a few minutes ago, we saw a minke whale, like it was 10 meters, 20 meters from the shore.
Yeah.
And we can see a blue whale too.
I mean, it's 1,000 feet deep.
Yep.
Just 200 yards out there.
Yep. It's incredible, huh?
Yeah.
And we'll keep on learning.
Whoa, dude went right under me.
This week on Facing Waves, we're in Quebec, in the beautiful little town of Les Bergerons along the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Around Bergeron, Escoumins, Tadoussac there, all those towns are really small towns, like 500, 600 people, maybe a bit more than that. I think Bergeron is around 800 people, so really small town. We have a small grocery, no gas station, so it's really, really quiet town. What is really unique here, you can see a lot of kind of whales, like blue, minke, finback, humpback, any kind of dolphin, beluga. You see so many kind of whale, and they are really close to the shore.
This morning we arrived, the water was just glassy. The sun was just popping up. It was absolutely beautiful. Right away, the whales were active. We found a ton of minke whales and porpoises and seals. We had seals popping up right next to us. And these are big gray seals. These are seals that are 500, 600, 700 pound animals. And they're curious. They're swimming all around us and checking us out. And same with the whales. They really don't seem disturbed by us. They're really focused on eating. And this is obviously a major food center for the whales. You can tell that they're not just traveling. They're eating. They're quite predictable. They come up and about 4 or 5 times, take some breaths, and then you see the last time they go down. The humpback whale in particular, you can really tell when they're going down diving, because that's when their tail comes up. And then they disappear for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then they pop up again. And they don't tend to move very quick, so you can tell this is the buffet right here.
We saw so many kinds. We saw a lot of minke whale around us, and we didn't paddle. We just went to water. We make maybe 100 meters. After that, just before to bring back on the shore, we are really, really lucky. We saw a big tail, a big humpback.
Oh, tail. Oh, it's sick.
And I love to see whales. You know, I'm not like, oh, it's just whales. No, like I said, the pleasure increase, you know. It's like sex.
Yeah. I love this part of Canada. I love Quebec as a whole, but I can safely say that my expectations were blown away. It's beautiful countryside. The people are awesome, and the whale watching has been second to none. I mean, the whale watching really is something special that you need to come experience. If you're a kayaker, if you're not a kayaker, I mean, that's the great thing. You don't need to be a paddler to be able to come here and experience sea kayaking with whales. Marimonde offers guided whale watching by sea kayak, and they also offer sea kayak instructional programs. They have camping. They have a beautiful piece of land right alongside the waters that have all these whales. And they have 35 campsites, including platforms right on the rocks overlooking the whale watching spots. So if you want to watch whales from a kayak, if you want to watch whales, then watching whales from the kayak is definitely the coolest way to do it. But if you want to do that, then Marimonde is definitely the place to visit. And I got to tell you, it's not the easiest place to get to. I mean, we are in northeastern Quebec. We're about 3 hours from Quebec City, about 5-6 hours from Montreal. It's a bit of a drive, but so worth it. That drive gets you into this remote feeling area that is so alluring because you're away from it all. And you really feel, as corny as it sounds, one with nature out here, and you can understand the impact you have on the whales. And you know, in a lot of places you'd feel compelled almost, you'd want to race get close to the whales to get a better look. But here you feel like, you know what, this is the whale zone. This is their home. This is where they feed, and I'm gonna just sit back and just enjoy it from where I am right now. It really is a spectacular place, and it's something that every kayaker should put on their bucket list. So let's take a quick look at the sea kayaking gear you need to bring if you come on a sea kayaking trip to Les Bergerons. First of all, if you come to Marimonde, you really don't need to bring anything. They've got kayaks, paddles, they've got wetsuits, paddling tops, the works. But if you're like me, you probably do want to bring a few pieces of your own gear. In particular, a paddle. My paddle, I travel everywhere with it. This is the Aquabound Surge. It's a full carbon paddle. It's light. It feels great to paddle with. And the amount of time I spend paddling, that's really important to me. It's cold here. The water is 4 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's a bit of a wind. So having a good paddling top is key. This is the level 6 Superior long sleeve touring top. It's heavy duty. It's got double enclosure around the neck, so it can be waterproof if you want. Latex gaskets at the wrists. This is a fantastic top, and level 6 has a ton of different tops to choose from. Having the right footwear is also absolutely critical. And I've been using the Body Glove 3T Barefoot shoe. It's a new shoe by Body Glove. It has a split toes. Your big toe and the middle toe is separate from the other 3. It provides incredible traction on the rocks, whether they're wet or not. And these shoes are designed to drain. Water drains right out of them, and they're incredibly warm too in this cold water. So there you have it, a few of the pieces of gear that I consider critical to have a comfortable and fun trip to Les Bergerons. So we're dragging in here on Quebec's Rouge River. We're about an hour east of Ottawa, an hour west of Montreal. I'm here with Tyler Curtis, 5-time national champion, and Joey Hitchens, founder and lead instructor for the Liquid Skills Kayak School. The Rouge River is one of the most popular whitewater rivers in the region because it has something for everybody. It's got a class 2-3 section for novice, intermediate paddlers, and that section ends at the Seven Sisters, which is a a class 4 or 5 waterfall section for experienced expert paddlers.
They taught me how to give some love so I could get it back. Taught me about the peaks and valleys, lows and highs. How to ride the roller coaster of life.
We're at Rapid 1 and 2, which are sort of a combined drop. 2 lines on the first one. We can either go a left line off of a nice flake or a right line flake as well. The sort of no-no place to be is in the slot between the two, so I myself will go off the left, land off that one, hopefully really nicely, and from there I'm just going to make my way all the way back over to the river right-hand side of the river and drop off waterfall number 2.
Didn't seem to be the safest ride, but that's it. It's the maybes in the life that reside as a gift. Now I tried the motor swings, they weren't soothing. Had to get back on track so I could do things. And at the top we could see it all. At the city in my sights, and it seems so smart. I feel most everything, really in the fun. When that comes, I'm gonna stop. Throw your hands in the air.
Pretty much looking at the view that every kayaker loves to see, the horizon line. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-foot drop or a 50-foot drop. When you just see the river disappear and you hear that roar, there really is nothing like it.
Hey, my name is Ada Kellan. I come from Norway, and now I'm in Canada to go paddling for a half year. I was so focused on going to the left, so I missed the booth so badly. So yeah, I was crashing down there, but I rolled up and was fine on the next one. So
We're at the 3rd drop here on the Riviera Rouge. It's pretty low water, actually some of the lowest we've seen it, so there's a lot more rock exposed here. But the cool thing is it's opened up a nice little slot line on the river left-hand side, and it gives us probably our maximum amount of height to fall off of.
The coolest thing about this river is you learn to boof. And when I say boof, boofing means going off of a drop and landing flat. And it's that sound when you land in that aerated water, that boof. That's where the name comes from. And it really is one of the coolest feelings in whitewater kayaking, in any sport, in fact. You're airborne, you're flying, and then you land and you hit, and it feels great.
The water's super low. It's the lowest I've ever seen it, and in fact, normally there's like kind of a pretty flat run-in, a couple little hydraulics and reactionaries that you have to deal with, and now it's like the top kind of entry part is its own rapid, basically.
There's no need to give a ticket, cause everybody living in this like it's free admission. The only commitment we're doing this to ourselves. We can ruin down with the sound of the music, found enough view. Back to the right, you know I get a little sidetrack. Tracks on the roller coaster going left to right.
Incredible thing about Quebec is not only does it have a lot of culture and a lot of character as a province, but it has an incredible amount of wilderness and an incredible number of waterways to paddle on. Everything from lakes and rivers for flat water paddling to creeks and big volume rivers for whitewater kayakers.
I was feeling high, but now I'm feeling low, cause this is just the way the roller coaster goes. So
We're on the very last drop in the Rouge, and I think I'm gonna try and do a bit of a rock slide. We'll see how it works out. It's probably not gonna look awesome, but it'll be awesome.
When you're feeling low and things seem hard, open your mind, cause there's a right around the corner.